So if you are watching this, the semester is most likely over. And unfortunately, you might be part of this statistic. Calculus is the gatekeeper of engineering. It weeds out 30 to 40% of students every year. And I know that if you failed, it hurts, but we need to put emotions aside and look at the data. To fix this, we have to diagnose the root cause. Ask yourself, why did you fail? And usually it comes down to one of these four reasons. So let's see which one matches to you. First reason is the algebra trap. Second is the illusion of competence. Third is the snowball effect. And fourth is the conceptual disconnect. We'll go over these one by one. So the first is the algebra trap. For this, I won't really go over it since I actually did a video about this previously titled Why Students Fail Calculus and It's Not the Calculus. So just check the description down below for this one. But I think with this thumbnail, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's the foundation. Okay? Second is the illusion of competence, aka the passive studying. So you might think that reading the textbook, examples, and the answer keys, etc., is the key, or even attending classes is the key, or maybe watching YouTube is the key to succeed. Although these things are great, they are not the key. Okay, I will include watching YouTube, but please keep watching my channel. Yeah, you get what I mean. So these are not the key in succeeding in calculus. The key is just doing it. Doing the examples over and over, the exercises, sample exams, whatever. Calculus is a sport, so you cannot learn it just by simply watching it. Like for example, you can't learn basketball just by watching NBA. You have to just do it. Okay, so that's the second reason. Third is the snowball effect. So take note that calculus is cumulative. What I mean by this is the lesson in week 1 plays a role in the lesson in week 5. The lesson in week 5 plays a role in the lesson in week 10, and so on. Everything is connected. So if your understanding for the first week is not that great, this will compound eventually, and it would be evident in the future. Like, it is best pictured out in this scenario. So suppose on week 1 you say that calculus is pretty easy. Week 3 you say, this seems fine. Week 5 you say, what the heck is this? And then week 7 you just quit. That's pretty much the progression when your foundation on the earlier weeks isn't strong. Okay? Last reason is the conceptual disconnect. So take note that there is a difference between memorization and understanding. So for instance, you might see the derivative symbol, d over dx of x cubed. You're like, it's just derivative. But then what if you see instead instantaneous rate of change? You're like, what the heck is that? Although they are the same thing, you'll have a hard time dissecting the instantaneous rate of change if you don't truly understand it, or the derivative itself. Yeah, so that is the fourth reason, and those are the 4 reasons on, at least on my end, on what I see among the students on why they fail calculus. So right now you are here in the fail zone, and I know that it feels terrible. Before we go over the fixes for this, I advise now that you first take a break. Like, stop thinking about this semester first, stop thinking about the failure. Give yourself some time to rest and process things out. Be aware of where you lacked, the unfortunate things that happened, and so on. Once you're at peace with that, it's time to fix this. It's time to go to the fixed zone, the zone we're in. We are in the success rate of calculus, which is around 60 to 70%. So how do we fix those problems? Let's fix them one by one. For the algebra trap, the key is to repair the foundation. Dedicate at least 30 minutes a day to studying algebra or pre-calculus, and this is aside from the time you allot in actually studying calculus. So this is important because foundation of this plays a role in calculus. Okay. Second, for the passive studying, the key is active recall. More precisely, when you study, put the solution key away. So this is the key. When you're studying a certain example, exercise, don't look at the answer key. Try it first on your own. And if you can figure it out in, I guess, a couple of minutes or longer, then that's good. But if you aren't able to figure it out, look at the answer key, mark this item, mark that specific item as something that you had a hard time, so maybe a cross mark or whatever, so that you become aware of where you lack in the kinds of examples that you can probably see in the exam. So again, when you study, put the solution key away, figure out things on your own. Third, to fix the problem on the snowball effect, make sure to study your notes after class. If possible, consult your professor immediately after the class if you have questions, confusions, or whatever, or during their consultation hours. In that way, we can assure that our foundation for the earlier weeks wouldn't affect the future weeks negatively, and the snowball effect won't happen. Fourth fix for the conceptual disconnect is the Feynman technique. If you don't know this, it's basically this. Can you explain the concepts in calculus such as derivative to a 10-year-old or even younger? If you can do this, that reflects that you truly understand the concept behind the symbols, the notations, the theorems, the results, and calculus. So these four are the fixes to the common reasons why a student fails in calculus. So take note of these and always remember that returning is always better than quitting. Taking the subject multiple times is always better than giving up in the first try. Okay? So this is normal. Take note that there's no shame in retaking a class. In my experience, some of my best students that I was able to handle failed calculus the first time or maybe the second time. But when I handled them, they learned from that and they became better. Yeah. So yeah, apologies for that noise, but always remember that the only true failure is staying down. And yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, thanks for watching this video, and yeah, see you next semester, I guess.